What's up, gang? Welcome back to my channel. Today is exciting. I am doing my very first story time. And boy, do I have a lot of stories to tell. I was just really nervous about actually telling the stories that I have because they're quite embarrassing. I have a couple of stories that I am going to be recording within the next month and putting out into the world. Next week, I can tell you, I am going to record the story of me, my sisters, and my older cousin beating up my grandpa's, well, jumping, more like tormenting my grandpa's younger girlfriend. And today I am going to tell you about literally the most embarrassing moment of my childhood ever. Like ever. This is my period horror story, and this story is not at all fabricated, exaggerated, or extended. This is exactly how it happened. And yeah, I am just going to share this. Okay, so when I was younger, I was very much a tomboy. Like the biggest tomboy you can think of, which is probably crazy. Like, I was such a tomboy. I was dirty. I didn't like to clean. My mom used to have to make me brush my teeth, get in the shower, like do my hair. Like, I didn't care about, like, I didn't really care about much at all. I got my period very young. I think I got my period when I was in, was I in the 4th grade? I think I was in the fourth grade, 4th or 5th grade, and I was about 9 years old. So however old you are in, whatever grade you're in when you're 9, that's when I got my period. So when I got my period, I just wasn't having it. I was just like, okay, like, I got my period, I guess. And another odd trait about me when I was younger, I used to throw things under the rug, as I would be like I would think so outrageously. I was just very naive. Let's say, like, to put it in simple terms, back then, like, if someone was to say, oh, you have to drink water or you'll get dehydrated, I'll be like, well, I don't like water, and I'm just gonna swallow my spit and that will hydrate me because that's water. So yeah, I used to think like that. Also, when I was younger, I had the stepmom from hell. Literally, I was so scared of this woman. Yes, that woman was very mean and she was very rude. Like, I couldn't even be myself when I would go to my dad's house because I just felt so uncomfortable. I was so scared of her. I would just remember, like, going to my dad's house and I literally felt like a different person. I didn't want to talk. Like, I didn't want to speak up about things. Like, I was just like really like scared of her, so I would just always be like to myself, like, all the time, really quiet, really awkward. So it was my brother's birthday. It was in August and it was the summer, of course. We went on a trip to it was Kings Island for his birthday, and I had started my period right before we left on the road, and I was so beyond, like, scared. I was literally scared. I was so embarrassed. My mom did have the period talk with me, and, like, I knew what I was supposed to do. I knew that it was natural. I knew that it wasn't anything that I should have been embarrassed about. But again, since I was at my dad's house, I was with his girlfriend, like, I was just really like embarrassed and scared, and I just didn't want to say like anything at all because I was like, oh my god, like she's gonna talk about me, she's gonna tell all her friends, she's gonna tell everyone on the trip, like she's gonna whoop me. Like I thought all of that would happen because I started my period on her son's birthday. So what I decided to do, I didn't have any pads because I wasn't expecting my period, because I had spontaneous periods where I would have like 2 periods in 1 month when I was like really young. Like I had the worst experience with my period, like starting when I was so young and then having like multiple periods a month. So I didn't have any pads or anything, so I was like, well, I guess I'll just have to use tissue. I'll be fine. I'll be perfectly fine. I was perfectly fine with my tissue. Like nothing, no accidents happened in the car. And then when we got to our hotel, we checked in and we changed in our like swimsuits and everything to get back in the van and leave. I guess I didn't put enough tissue in that time. And on our way to Kings Island, when I got out of the car, I just remember this so vividly. Like I got out of the car and then I'm like, ooh, I'm excited because I loved theme parks. Like that's probably, this experience is probably the reason why I just don't care for theme parks anymore. But I was excited, so I got out. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then everyone's like looking at me. They're like, and then I just remember like, I think she said it, I think my cousin was like, Destiny. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah. And I don't remember what happened, but they were like, you know, they were like, you're bleeding or you're something or you're something. And I was just like, I was so embarrassed. Like it was the worst time of my life. And like if you knew me, like you know that I get embarrassed easily, and like it's like the worst feeling. So I was so embarrassed, and then they were like, you're bleeding. And then I think I stayed in the car, and then everyone left, and it was like my dad and his girlfriend, and she was like, Destiny, are you on your period or something like that? And this woman was so scary, and I was just like, I don't want her to talk about me. Like I was just so embarrassed. I was like, no. My friend's in here right now, and this is the first time she's hearing this story. So I was like, no. And I was like, shit, I lied. Now I gotta stick to this lie. I gotta make it happen. I thought I was so invincible when I was younger, and I was like, I'm like the worst liar ever. So I was like, no, I'm not on my period. I think I was like, it's just Kool-Aid or something like that. I don't know, like what the fuck I was thinking. Like looking back at it now, I'm like, you guys can see how stressed out I am about this story because I have this vein popping out my forehead. So we walked to Kings Island, and then we found this little shop, and she buys me, my dad's girlfriend bought me like this little overdress, and my dumb ass, like I was like, well, if I say I want a dark color, then she's gonna know I'm on my period. But if I say I want a light color, then she gonna think that I'm not. So I asked for a white cover-up, guys. Like, what the fuck? I was on my period, and I was like, I'll get the white one. Like, I'll be fine. I'll just have to make sure next time I stock up on the tissue. Okay. So I was doing good all day. I went swimming, and I felt really bad because I felt like her and I, we were really bonding that day. Like I remember we had a little moment on the water slide. She was trying to be funny. It wasn't funny, it was awkward, but I was just like, like, but I could tell she was trying. But then we took a break, and then we went back to the car, and then I forgot to change my tissue, and then I bled again in the car. Then I got out, and I was like, shit, I gotta tell him I'm on my period now because I've been exposed. So like my dad was like, are you on your period? Are you on your period? I was like, yes, I'm on my period. Why didn't you just say nothing? And then I felt bad. Sorry about this light, guys. I'm just gonna keep going because the sun's about to go down soon. And then he was like, Dawn, when we stopped at the gas station, she was on her period, and that's why she had to stop. And then I felt so bad, like I should have told that bitch I was on my period, shit. And then so I was like, yeah, I'm on my period. And then he was like, I know, because I saw the tissue when you was in a pool. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Fail. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this story time, thumbs up and share with your peeps. Well, I'm kind of hesitant. I don't know if I want you to share with your peeps, but if you think your peeps need to hear the story, share it. Leave me comments. Have you ever gone through like a stepmother from hell situation where they just made you feel really awkward? And if you ever had like a really crazy period horror story. Like, yeah, this is like a legit horror story. This isn't just getting your period at school and walking up in front of the class. Like, this was so embarrassing. This was what people I have to deal with years later. So yeah, peace out, guys. Until next time.